The sooner we start, the better. We started way later than usual, so like 2 hours later. But okay, we're gonna finally start Onimusha 3. Um, well, from the very little I know about this game, this is gonna be about 10 hours. So I'm honestly not too sure if we'll stream the entire thing or what, but
Henri,
that's why I wanted to start way earlier because I know it's a longer game. So I want to get as much as I can on the first stream, but
lève-toi vite, sinon tu vas être
I have a good feeling I'll play a lot on
D'accord.
off stream.
N'oublie pas de te brosser les dents.
What's up, Bruce?
Et si tu vois Yvette, la voisine d'à côté.
Oni Warriors time to unite.
Ok. Quand est-ce que tu rentres à la maison, papa?
Dis-lui que je passerai ce soir. N'oublie pas surtout.
I want to test if I can skip cutscenes in this one. In the other games, I think you had to play, well, had to beat them first. So I kind of want to see, but these are all brand new to me, so I don't want to skip them. What's up, what's up? Welcome in. So yeah, now we have a dual protagonist thing going on, right? He has like a whip, which is pretty cool. And it fits the Castlevania anniversary too this year. So there you go. Oh my god. Oh, speaking of, I'm curious if they changed it or not. In the before I started the stream, I was looking at the options menu. You could change if it's hyper violent, like yes or no. You can change the blood from red to green. I was kind of surprised it even had those options. So yeah, seeing that immediate dismemberment and like the blood on the camera, I wonder if they would actually edit a pre-rendered video. That seems like a lot of work. That'd be crazy. In modern day France. I think the whole point of this game is this time travel stuff. I'm not too sure how like what's the word? How common it is, or if it's like super linear. You know, I'm not too sure. So we'll find out. We'll see if it's a little too complicated for me. What's up, nodding? Jean Reno. I hope I said it right.
You have done well.
Samanosuke, right? I think that's him.
For you, noble Samanosuke.
So quiet as always. I actually think I like Jubei more than Samanosuke. So I like his little
Our enemy
what's the word? Mannerisms and interactions with people in the second game. We had to watch the CG intro. I think because when I was setting things up, it played in the main menu when I first started the game. I left it on just idle for a few minutes, and it didn't play. So yeah, I'm not sure how I'll show it off. Like I have to legit probably like do a fresh, whatchamacallit, startup. So yeah, I knew for a fact they took off the tank controls. That's pretty huge. The cool thing is they still have the movement with lock-on stance, which is good. So I like they kept it. They kept both, pretty much. Okay. I don't think I needed to fight these guys, actually. Okay, so we have panning camera shots. I don't think we have whatchamacallit. pre-rendered backgrounds anymore. I have to imagine. Oh, you could use the tick controls actually. Oh well. Yeah, I took a lot of damage for no reason. Oh, and I had a free magic refill. Yeah, I could have just spammed magic. Whoopsie. Well, we lost resources there. Yeah, the Onimusha 2 video is done. It's been done since Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, it's been done for a little bit. I was gonna stream Tuesday or Wednesday, but ended up not. I got caught up, but so yeah, I've been itching to start this for a few days already. But I had a well-needed rest from video stuff the past few days. That's pretty good. And that, from streaming that game from the first day and having it actually finished, I think it was 2 weeks. So that's not too bad. I think we only have a week and a half left in April. No, 2 weeks actually. 2 weeks. So hopefully I could get this done in 2 weeks as well. Because during those 2 days I was gone, well, since the video's been done, I was looking at, is getting like a refresher on what games we can look at and which ones I want to look at, right? There's a handful, like there is a big handful of stuff. So yeah, it's hard to pick which to do. We have like 8 months, so we'll see. Okay. Oh, nice. He already knows. Was being showcased at E3. Inafune got Itagaki to play it, which he liked, but he told Inafune the game was... Oh, still better than this. Was it really the same year? Or like around the same year? Well, I don't think I have time to check, but... That sounds about right, actually. I think the first 3 games came out in like a 5-year window, which is insane to think about. And probably 6 years for Dawn of Dreams and Tactics and the Battle something. That's crazy. Half a decade in like all these games, but yeah, so I can imagine this is probably like what, 05 maybe? Maybe 06, so. Yeah, that'd be crazy, yeah. He was probably working on NG2 at this time. There's something else I want to mention in the video, right? Because every time I can, I want to bring up how influential this game is. Well, I mean the series as a whole. So when I was looking up stuff for 3, apparently Shinji Mikami played this and he didn't like how the camera was. Like while he was making RE4, he played this and said, okay, I want a better camera than Oni 3. So maybe that's another game. Like this also sort of like had inspiration to not go a certain direction, but I don't know. This series has a lot of ties. A lot of ties, man. It's a huge improvement. You engage with it. Okay. That'll be a huge improvement over 2, because I didn't think I used it a single time, actually.
J'arrive.
Mechanics connection with. What's up, Phantom? What's up, Emmett? Welcome, welcome. Sean Reno will show up right about now, too. I know he doesn't stick with the gun for too long. Whoa, who was he shooting at? Okay, we still have our quick turn. Oh, they stole. Okay, one guy. There we go. Was it a controversial one?
Il faut partir.
Maybe. We'll find out.
Va-t'en, Jacques.
Um,
Non, je vais pas te laisser là. Accroche-toi. Allez, viens.
I never hear anything like, because like I barely played the series for the first time with Warlords a few years ago, right? For the first game, I never heard anything. The second game, I always heard it was the best one. The third game, the only thing you hear is how like the intro was really sick, and they spread their reach for actors. I think in an attempt to gain a wider audience. But I'm not sure if that's like confirmed or not. But in Dawn of Dreams, I never heard anything about that game before playing it. But yeah, like I've never heard anything bad about the series, to be honest. Like as a outsider for the longest time.
Where is he?
Finally get around to this one. Yep, this is gonna be the final Onimusha game for us too.
The magic power.
There's only one left. Anyways, we'll cover for a video. I think I will play the 2D game, not the tactics one, but the other one. I'll look up how easy it is to unlock Zero, like if I need to play the game beforehand or if I have to. There's like a secret cheat code, so we'll see. Oh. Yeah, after this, we just have to wait for Way of the Sword. Yeah, wonder how long that's gonna be, but because you know it's pretty much a third through the year, so we'll find out soon enough. Now it's Resident Evil. Yeah, exactly.
You.
I know.
Are we?
I know there's a girl character still, and she has a gun and like grenades and stuff.
D'où tu viens?
Oh, actually, even Onimusha 2 had firearms with Magoichi. You know, not as fast, but you know, more matchlocks and rifles sort of deal. But yeah, full auto, yeah, it's a different story. Crimson Rivers, The Big Blue, Last Battle, Leon the Professional. Yeah, Wasabi is the one I've heard for the longest time. Yeah. Okay, I'll definitely remember those. Are there any Western actors here? I don't think so. Unless the girl we play as is a famous actress, but I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there's ever been like a starring American actor in these games. Okay, we can't skip cutscenes. The Smash one, yeah. But as I've said before, it almost looks like a beat 'em up because it's like a lane system and stuff like that. So I'm kind of curious. Okay. Okay. probably should fight stuff. So. I'm really curious how they're gonna handle the character swapping and the time travel stuff. Like, I'm kind of nervous, if I gotta be honest. It could either be very confusing for me, or pretty straightforward. So we'll see. Because whenever a game does that sort of thing, I get very confused. That's for sure. But we'll find out though. I noticed, I think I've read this before, and I'm noticing it now. A lot of cutscenes. A lot of cutscenes. So we'll see how common this is going forward. And since you can't skip these, I can probably see why the playtime tripled from Warlords and like doubled from the second game. So yeah, I think that's another reason why I'll probably play this off stream, because I think I'm going to play this game once, to be honest. I think I'll do one playthrough, and that's it. Like, for 1, I played it multiple times. 2, I got through it 3 times because of shorter games. But for this one, I'm not too sure. I think I'll just do the 1 playthrough. Okay. See y'all later. Same as seeing Danny Trejo or Samoa Joe in the latest Yakuza games. Really? I didn't even know they were in there. Usually, that's made known pretty quick, but okay, I guess I have to fight this guy. Unless I somehow missed a key somewhere, but I have arrows, but I don't have a bow by the looks of it. Yeah, I wonder how it must add a lot of like uncertainty to like the porting process of these games because of the actors, like licensing stuff. I think I remember hearing how recently Jean Reno is up to like lending his likeness again, but it seems like a lot of hoops to go through to get these, well, this series back in general because of that. But 2 out of the 3 mainline games, that's pretty good already. So if you can do it 2 times, one can only hope they'll do it for a 3rd and final time. Mufasa and the friendship. Really, that's pretty sick. I didn't know that. I don't know. I gotta wait for these guys to come down. Just recently, I found out. Apparently, Dawn of Dreams didn't have a single. Whatchamacallit? No projectile-based weapons. So they took out the bow and arrow and the guns in that game. I honestly do not remember. But I wouldn't doubt if that's true. I think I missed a key, probably. Yeah, that's professional, right? It's locked. There's a character named Tom, a Street Fighter. Alex, Street Fighter mentor. Oh, you know what? I see it. I definitely see it. Speaking of Street Fighter, did you guys see the trailer today for the new one? For the Street Fighter movie? I'm liking it more and more. But I'm still a little cautious, but video game movies are sort of hit or miss, right? So we'll see how it turns out. Oh, and the Bloodborne movie? Now that I'm confused. So the guy who's making it, is he like funding the whole project? Like, is that the deal? Is that what it's about? I couldn't tell that's even interactable, actually. I'm kind of surprised. So yeah, I wonder if he's just that loaded where he can fund and get the permission of Sony and FromSoft to like, okay, yeah, I want to make a movie off your game. That'd be insane. And the next Death Stranding. It seemed like Kojima was snatching up everybody he could for the sequel, huh? Even VTubers, right? Is shoulder R1X? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, they added an extra input then. Okay. I'm kind of surprised it didn't tell me I had a bow on hand though, like in the menus. That's why I didn't really check too much.
Qui es-tu?
Oh, the casting choices, which were quite dumb. Okay. We'll see how it turns out. It does seem like they were, what's the word, grabbing people with massive fan bases rather than like people fit for the role, it seems like. Like, I have no clue who that country singer is with the, what seems to be like his gimmick is the mask. And it seems like that was the reason why they got him. Not because, well, I don't know if he's like a professional athlete or fighter, right? Or training, but it seems like it was simple as, or as superficial as he wears a mask. So, give him Vega. So, yeah. Stuff like that, you know, yeah. The fantastical direction. Yeah. I noticed like how Dukin looks pretty cool. You even see Ryu's like back throw. Like how he does like a little like a spin on the ground. You see the flash kick. It seems very faithful like to the moves so far. So we'll see. Casting's hit and miss, yeah. Okay, so this is the new weapon of ours. A lot of cutscenes. A lot of cutscenes. Unskippable too. The action seems to be packed, but they are leaning too much on memes, the music. I don't remember anything from the trailer about that, but yeah. Usually when it does that sort of too much, it's like, it's going to age very poorly, or not, or like not really stand on its own if it's too referential. But yeah. So okay, we have the charge immediately. Just a level 1 again. So it's more like 2 in that way. I hope you unlock the charge levels in more straightforward means in this game than the sequel. Yeah, that trading mechanic I am not the biggest fan of. But yeah, hopefully this handles progression a little bit better. Like the trading mechanic in 2 is cool. I don't care how much importance it has for a lot of things. Open. There's some magic mirrors, but you unlock them by picking up items. Okay. Isn't there like sort of challenge runs as well? Like 4 critical Esens. Like 3 tiers, I think. And I think you unlock the black vest by doing that. I'm surprised that wasn't it. See, I do want to attempt their critical Esen tutorial challenge thing. But we'll see. Because, yeah, as you can tell, I'm not familiar with any of these timings on these guys. So we gotta throw ourselves in the deep end eventually. Oh, okay. I have limited moves. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh, oh, never mind. I would have never thought to move the first one out of the way, honestly. Was gonna be Raka Raka, who directed some amazing horror films. Is short? I never heard about the short film in 2010. How did that one turn out then? Like as a horror director, because like, I'm not super familiar with horror films, right? But the one like sort of through line or like common theme is a very stylistic, right? The camera, because the camera angles, the lighting, all has to build like a mood and a specific look. So I feel like with the horror director's eye, it could have been very unique in that way. I'm kind of curious. Creative differences with the producers, so what we have now is... Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess when there's so much money involved, it's like too many cooks in the kitchen sort of thing, unfortunately. It pushes out like actual person with a vision.
Meeting you here, Samanosuke Akichi. I see that the time fold is...
Street Fighter 2 anime. Me too, Jack. Me too. I gotta watch those. I gotta watch the Darkstalkers OVA. The like multiple Fatal Fury ones. Like there's a lot of fighting game animes I gotta catch up on. Because they look good. Or like at least it's like the perfect 90s look that I like. So I gotta check them out.
500 years after your age of warring.
But this game is more about depth than complexity. You get new charge attacks by leveling up the gauntlet. Oh, okay, that's way better. That's way better. What's up, Black Swordsman? But yeah, I mentioned that in my video. I wish you got level tiers. The charge tiers just by upgrading your weapon or something.
By the way, let me introduce you to my new baby boy. Rainster!
Street Fighter kind of blew it with the mainline story after 3. I never really followed the game's in-world story. Like I remember finishing the story in 5, and I did the arcade modes in like the other games, But I can't tell you a single thing about him, if I gotta be completely honest. Like M. Bison's like trying to find like body doubles for him, right? To put his power in, something like that. That's as far as my knowledge goes, like what actually happens in those games. Oh my god. I like doing that so much, by the way. Like I was like this right here. Little teeter-totter on the D-pad. So there's Ninja Gaiden 3. There's Onimusha 3. Where the first boss is a tank. I wonder if there's more third games that have a tank boss as the first one. Uh-oh. I'm gonna be very stubborn and not heal. Probably a bad choice since we didn't save for a while. Let's find out if there's checkpoints. Every fighting game did anyways. Tekken 8, nobody dies because Namco doesn't want them to throw away. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, as animation works. And plus to get easy money back, right? Oh, there was a save point. Oh, thank God. Honestly, did not remember saving. If I gotta be completely honest. Okay, that's why Heihachi comes back, right, every time. Even though they say in the story he's died like what, 3 times? Dude, I'm really glad I saved. I gotta be honest. The progression is much better, or streamlined in this compared to. Thank goodness, man. Thank goodness. What's up, Mary? Welcome, welcome. Now the thing is, progression might be wonky in the second game, but now we have many cutscenes. I'm curious if that's just because it's just the beginning, or if this is going to be a common thing going forward. Okay, okay. So it's still... It has a charge attack from the second game, which I like. It's not the completely broken version we have in Genma. He just pooped out bullets. Really? I thought he would have stopped right in time. Okay, hopefully he stops. Okay. I swear I landed more hits on him the first time. I think the charge attacks of this game are more lame than Onimusha 2. I wish I could compare them, because I only found the level 2 books in Onimusha 2, never the third one. So I don't know how powerful 2 is, but yeah, I don't think anything could beat Genma's charge attack. It's just an extra hit. Okay. Much like the level 1 charge attack from 2. Has throw levels that affect who can live. Oh, okay, the charge. Okay, so his charge attack is different. Okay. The hammer of 2. No checkpoints. Illuminati run by Gil. He prevents himself as a savior. The story never concluded. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just remember him reviving himself after you kill him the first time. So yeah, this is more I guess cinematic, or definitely more story driven for sure, by a long shot. Like a huge comparison from the first 2 games. Like the second game had more cutscenes for sure, but this one was definitely, I think, past the first game, if I gotta be honest. There's a 2-hour Street Fighter lore video. I'm surprised it's only 2 hours. I'm kind of surprised only 2. Speaking of Gil, he's like a god sort of character, right? So having Ingrid sort of like this alien dimensional being, I guess it's not too far-fetched. Probably, if there was already a god in the story. But I think those are the only 2 characters that I know of that get into the fantastical stuff. Hey, people are shooting Hadoukens and stuff, right? So there has to be some energy or magic stuff going on. After 2 mainline games as prequels, Impact Bison has the same boss we have Street Fighter 6, no mention of Illuminati, and even after 3 seasons. Oh wow. I think Tekken 8 is probably the most involved fighting game story mode. I remember hearing it has a sort of the Guinness World Record, or just the record in general of the most long-lasting, continuous fighting game story. Like they build from each other every time, no resets, or like new timelines, or a different like reboot, right? It's all the same. Don't need whip. Okay. If the player's HP reaches 0 while possessing 5... Oh, that's pretty cool. That's actually a really cool addition, like the automatic save. That's pretty cool. I like that. Hold square after charging directional button and a square button to actually vary. Oh, okay. R1 and X. Soul Robber. I wonder what came first. Did this come first? Oh, I gotta aim the throw. Oh, that's pretty cool actually. It's not automatic. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder if Capcom made this first or Nightmare Before Christmas game. Oh my god. Oh, that was sick. Interesting. So I got to hold it and then tap square to do the follow-up. That's pretty cool. What's with fighting games having absurd lore? I have no clue, honestly. I think Guilty Gear is... Actually, yeah, it might be the more confusing one for me personally. There's multiple like video series out there to describe it. And like the character dynamics, the lore behind the gears, and like they're not people. It's weird. It's very out there. Yeah, I have no clue what's going on in Guilty Gear, but it seems pretty wild. I've actually never interacted with the story modes in Guilty Gear because it's too much. Like in Rev 2 and for sure Strive, they're just movies. They're just full on like 2 hour, maybe longer, like 4 hour like cutscenes of just pure story. No, okay. So yeah, if it's, you know, no gameplay and all story, then it must be pretty, you know, deep. Like they're pretty committed to it by the looks of it. Which Castlevania plays with this? We'll find out soon enough. That's why I'm curious to play this game first before playing like Lament of Innocence somewhat soon. So yeah, both of them had their whip combat, right? This and Nightmare, so we'll see. And I remember not liking Lament of Innocence at all for its combat the first time. This was like 2018? 2019 maybe, when I beat it the first time. So, we'll see. Nobunaga. Three hours. Lord Vader, Jesus. Is better Leon Belmont and a prototype Kratos.
Attends, je n'ai pas encore fini.
Leon Belmont is the first one, right? Well, the new first Belmont.
No need to get all worked up.
Things you can do with the grab. You can even mix some options.
I'm Akko. I'm a Tengu. Pleasure to meet
How did that ever happen, Mary? Like, how did you like the style of French movies, or you just somehow
my power. With me,
just had them around all the time?
unstoppable. I got lots of new powers. I dart around as fast as a bee. I'm sharp as a tack. I never...
I don't like flies. Now buzz off.
I'm no fly. I told you I'm a Tengu.
I'll get home no matter what. There must be a way. I just gotta find it.
So Neo 3 and Onimusha 3 both have their little Tengu, little partners going on. Okay. Okay, little Navi stuff. Equip using the manage screen. They must be equipped after injecting eco spirits. Okay. Okay, so she's like the visualizer, it seems like. That's what it seems like. The pistol during a throw, using magic, or hit with kicks. Ooh, interesting. I wonder... I guess you can't hit people on the ground. Let's see if I can throw... No. R1 and X is to throw people. No. Okay, maybe R1X is only to throw objects? Like Jeddah from Darkstalkers. Coolest designs Captain's ever made. Dude, decapitates head to attack you. Pretty insane. Yeah, they're definitely gonna... He is not making a return anytime soon. I don't think Capcom really makes violent games anymore. We'll see with the new Onimusha, but... Okay, let's try this again. Oh, never mind. Which is pretty good for making the game feel better, but not quite as good as the equivalent mod for... I didn't even know there was mods for Lament of Innocence or Curse of Darkness. I would assume they improve the speed of the game. Like something to improve the running. Or is anything to improve, like, you know, going from point A, point B. Oh, no souls. Okay. I need to test out the different like follow-ups you can do. Because when I do a quick tap, I do the gunshot. I've used a thumbstick in left, right, back and forward, and they all throw. So I'm trying to figure out how to do like the kick and stuff like that.
Who is this?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense now. Like living in Canada, right? Having that French overlap. Domino's good. He's actually killing guys too. Like sometimes the AI partners really don't do much, but this guy's going to town. Enhance. Okay. Makes the game much better, though it's a pain to apply. I see. It's not as easy as applying a patch to an NES ROM, I would imagine. Having full-on 3D games will probably be a little more complicated in comparison. What the hell was that? I think it was trying to pull out a gun to do like a ground attack.
It's you, that man who appeared in Paris. You sent me here. Tell me.
Okay, yeah. The costumes. That's what I figured.
What is it that you speak of? Are you a Western barbarian?
Okay, yeah, Iron. Yeah, yeah, that's what I figured. He was about to shoot him with the pistol. It's definitely different. Because there's like a 16-minute preview out there. Or like a 10-minute one. Definitely different. Definitely different. 1 second.
Why should I believe this? Because apparently it's true. Very well.
Alright, I'm back.
But what were you doing here, Salmon?
Dude, I want to look at a video of like Ona 3
After Nobunaga set fire to the temple of
cutscenes, because there's a lot of these.
those inside, the mountain was tainted.
But yeah, the new Onimusha is definitely its own thing, so
So
it's not called 4, so it's not fair to compare it to the first 3 games, I suppose. So that's why I'm very curious how much they're going to keep
let's go. I must
or try to translate these games in the modern time.
depending on you.
I think that's going to be an interesting thing to see.
Call me Jacques.
And the answer is yes. You can shoot the ground enemies and shoot a bit before throwing. Yeah, the shooting before throwing is really cool to see. It's very dark and disturbing, but they designed the animation based on old cartoons like Tom and Jerry. Very expensive. That's why I want to get into the games. I don't know when, but I want to. So eventually. I'll find out soon enough whenever the time comes, but... So I did pick up 1, 2, and 3 with the Capcom CPS collection or CPS 1 arcade emulation thing. Like you can just buy like the single like ROM, like it was like less than $1 on on a deep cut sale. So I have all 3 of them on the Xbox, so I'll try them out eventually. It's just when I get to them is the thing. But yeah, I really want to get into those games. Because again, just like stylistically and the theme is really capturing my attention. Like even the way they how they do the colors, very like harsh contrasts, which I like too. And the stages are super unique. Another thing I really like so far, like, cause I've been watching a few tournaments from time to time for Darkstalkers, like in the past like 2 months or a month. I don't think there's long animations for supers, which I really appreciate,
Was in here too.
like a lot.
You're right.
Because when watching newer stuff, it's a lot of downtime. Like when it's level 3 happens specifically, like in 6th or like, I don't know, any usually modern fighting game, it's like 15 seconds, maybe at most, of just downtime watching a cutscene. Like every time like I'm watching a Street Fighter 6 video, someone throws a level 3, okay, I'm skipping forward. If I can, right? Because that's a lot of just waiting around. So if it feels forever to me, I can only imagine how long it feels for like competitors. Like Darkstalkers having immediate animations, immediate like specials, just constant back and forth, right? Interactions. That looks really fun. Like the pacing will be way more fast paced than whoopsie. Okay, just R1X. Way more fast paced than like any like modern fighting game. I'll admit the level design sure is something. It is something. Alright. Yeah, it's sort of a shame, but it is what it is. That's why I'm curious if they actually, because there's more projects coming up, right? For Castlevania this year. If one of them does happen to be a 3D game, dude, it's gonna be very interesting how they handle it. So I feel like if you want to have a good 3D game, 3D Castlevania game, it needs to have platforming. It needs platforming. Like actual verticality and stuff like that. So, like N64 actually does that. While the PS2 game sort of abandoned its roots a little bit. Okay, there's no timing. Okay. So before Nero, we have the little things going on. Okay. Off we go. I do take a lot of inspiration from both 3D Castlevania games, but I guess it's my favorite. Yeah. It's kind of funny too, when I was making my Curse of Darkness video, I thought that was a hot take to say. Like there's actually good stuff to mention about 64. But it seems like it's being revisited, which is cool to see. Can we really put all that on James Rolfe though? Like his angry nerd character? Can we really put the entire like reputation on that game for his videos? That'd be wild if that's the case. If it's only one person can dictate the entire like perception of a game for decades, that's crazy. That's kind of crazy. I would think he would play a major part, and I think Mike wrote that video more than James did. So all of that frustration was more from Mike, but still pretty insane. Like how that like really sealed the fate for that game for a long time. Both agree. I want to play Legacy hopefully this year. So I know it's like the pretty much the finished version of the first 64 game. So yeah, I really want to play it. I beat the first original one, but not the pretty much enhanced edition. More characters, reworked mechanics, stages, stuff like that. I think they even made it streamlined. I'm not sure like if controls are improved or not. But yeah, I definitely want to check out Legacy sometime soon. Wait, is this? Okay, I thought they were hiding something, like a secret box. Okay, nice, nice. Very Tomb Raider, Shadow Man adjacent. Oh, I can see that. I never played those games, but I see what you mean, right? Like the more committal platforming, the ledge hang, stuff like that. I can see it. Early 3D games seem to have way more unique platforming. That's for sure. Oopsie. It's locked. Do I have a key? I don't. I don't think I could grab him from here. Yeah, he's not even locking onto him at all. But we'll find out. Unless I missed a key in the first area. Oh wait, never mind. Okay. Yeah, notice she did a little notification thing, so something must have been there. Oh, Rev 2? What was you, like, why were you playing it earlier? Just trying to get more to Guilty Gear, or? That was the first one I played, and it's quite the difficult game. Like, that was probably one of the first Arc Sys games I played, and it's pretty tough to learn, that's for sure. Let me save again. Longer dramatic super arts doesn't add greatness. The impact of super art itself is ability to go back to the game without. Exactly, yeah. I think level 3 supers is a good way to fluff trailers and to give Max an easy paycheck, if I gotta be honest. Otherwise, I don't think they really add much to the gameplay in the long run. But yeah, I think supers like that are a little too much. I'm trying to think how, like with sham shows, like weapon flips, right? You see those more often than like the one match per use super moves. I forget what they're called, where the screen goes gold, but. Like, those are lengthy, not a lengthy cutscene, but way shorter than anything else you'll see. And the weapon flip animation is like immediate, you know, pretty much immediate. And most times get canceled anyways, but. I think that's why I also like Sam Show too. Like, as a very casual offline player, and like watching it as a spectator in tournaments. All about the reads and constant interactions, which I like. A lot of 3D action makes their stages a transition between the gauntlets, not part of the core gameplay. Yeah, and that's why I liked Castlevania 64 and didn't like the PS2 ones. So unless I missed a key here, I might have to backtrack even further to where like me and Samanosuke were fighting at the start. It's a big part of the combat and winds up working out. For Ninja Gaiden, yeah, that's for sure. Okay, so there's only one item, and I got the new whip. I opened up the new things blocking me, but the locked door. So I'm gonna backtrack even further and see if there's something I can gain access to. Boring boss, arena design, just large, open flash. Yeah. That's what like DMC wants so much. Even Onimusha 2 does a really good job at this, actually. Like, I think the bosses are my favorite part of that game. And it's because of the stages are so different. There's only like 5 bosses in total, if I gotta be honest. Like, there's not many. But they use them very well in Onimusha 2. Like, we fight Giganfats 3 times, right? Even the first time, it's a pretty cramped fight. So like trying to maneuver around him is actually pretty fun. And then the second time, right in the narrow hallway, so you know, front on sort of fight, and then a more circular arena with a pillar in the middle. So like every time you fight him is very different. Same moves, except the third one. Well, you know, each one does add a new attack. Oh, actually, yeah, he does add like new like strategy with the new maps too. Because the second rematch, he would like use the trees as cover and then dart back and forth. And then in the column room, he'll like go outside of the arena and come back. Yeah, stuff like that. Having new arenas does a huge thing to make bosses more interesting. Yeah, DMC 1, Onimusha 2, perfect for that. I'm trying to think of other games. I'm not too sure. Like DMC 3, I think it's Leviathan. The worm thing. Like the whole room is the arena, right? Just platforming on and off the boss, even to reach him. So that's very different compared to other bosses, right? Like actually having platforming involved. Okay, we'll backtrack further. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, that's where like even NG bosses too. Oh, here we go. I can break these probably now. Especially like the fire dragon, Smaugin, in the first game. I'm trying to think if there's more. Like platforming heavy bosses. But I think it's just Smaugin from memory. If this isn't a key, then I'm not sure what to do, but we'll see soon enough. I really like how it's a serrated, sort of like segmented whip. I think that's really sick. Fingers crossed. Well, someone else is here. Oh, okay. Hold square. Okay. The first time didn't work because I was tapping it. You know, because that's what you do with Samanosuke. You tap it. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Time to go back. Really, Accent Core plus R is easier. Honestly, I think all of them are hard. If I gotta be completely honest. They all look super difficult. Again, it's very similar to Darkstalkers. It's a speed, right? Very, very fast. Air movement. Actually, I remember hearing Darkstalkers is actually like the origins of the air dash in a fighting game. I think I heard that. But it's definitely more anime fighter than Street Fighter, that's for sure. Darkstalkers, like the air movement, the speed, the constant interactions. Yeah, it's insane. And that's why Guilty Gear is also seems tough to me, to be honest. Like I remember attempting to play Rev 2 online. Not a good idea. Like at the time when I first got into it, not a good idea. Absolute killers, that's for sure. But I think that's the the appeal of anime fighters. It's the over-the-top quickness, the constant back and forth of it all. Can I grab him in the air? Oh, he's already dead. DMC1 has more super levels. Yeah, by a long shot too. By a long shot. That's why I like that game too so much. Yeah, this way. For a song I really wanted, but instead game cuts at the very end. Storyteller. I don't think so. I don't think so. If it's like a Guilty Gear song, probably not. Oh yeah, DMC2, yeah. If we're talking about like level design and bosses, yeah, DMC2, the helicopter one specifically. Because it's more of a, somewhat of a chase sequence, which is pretty cool. It's just when you reach the boss is the problem. Everything leading up to it is actually pretty cool. Like the flame building up inside the skyscraper. You know, having to jump from skyscraper to skyscraper. Scraper. It's pretty cool. It's just when you get to the boss, man. That's where they really dropped the ball. I remember there was like this sort of gem-looking boss in the sequel. Like there's a center crystal, I think, surrounded by other ones. The room is like sort of like an oval, like an angular oval. It's a very unique arena. It sort of reminds me of like Strider 1 boss. Like the big old ball in the middle and like this full circular room you have to rotate around. It gives me like similar feeling. But it doesn't feel as great to fight compared to Strider, that's for sure. Medicine. I will take that. Andrew has my favorite arena to fight in, and which one does have great arena design. Yeah. 2. I'm trying to remember if 2's levels stick out, like from like between bosses. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure actually. I don't like nothing really stands out arena shape wise. Bosses for sure. But yeah. Like the only time it is good from my memory in 2 is when we go back to the first mansion. Right? And that's just, you know, that's thanks to the first game, not because of the second one. Okay. Oh my god. Can I do this? Well, I have to... Well, I gotta move one of... Okay. How can I work backwards here? Oh! I thought I got it. Whoopsie. No. Okay. How in the world do they want me to do this? Uh-oh. We'll try a few more times. You can do the whole thing in less than one after. Exactly. That's why I like the first game so much. And like Onimusha 1. Very replayable, very tight paced. This game, I think that's going to be my biggest personal taste difference. A lot of cutscenes you can't skip. I'm not too sure if the pacing will be as tight because it's like a 9-hour game compared to, you know, Onimusha's like hour or 2-hour runtime. Onimusha 2 is still pretty close. It's closer. Still pretty long though. Still pretty long. But yeah, that's why I very much like the first game. Like the level design, the bosses are really good. I think the doppelganger is probably the worst one, as cool as he is. But yeah, that game's like pretty well rounded, to be honest. I know an entire castle in the DMC 1 by memory, but I couldn't describe a single area in DMC 2. Yeah. And that's a cool thing, right? Level design does a lot of, well, counter design, I'll say. Because like in, like let's say Ghosts and Goblins, right? Ghouls and Ghosts. When you play these games, the classic action platformers, the unique placements of enemies and like the unique, especially Ghosts and Goblins, right? The more angular slope stuff going on. The more unique that stuff is, the more memorable it is. And it's kind of hard to forget to play the G&G game once you beat it. Because you had to master every aspect and, you know, be very familiar with those games. That's why I like them so much.
Why do you serve that?
It's because like they're like the peak, like a masterclass example of encounter design. And there's just enough randomness where it's not like unfair, but it tests your consistency or, you know, your adaptation just enough, which I like. It pushes you to keep going all the time, which I like. But where they show up is,
Stop!
you can't be too sure, so you're always on edge. Even if you're familiar with the games, you always have to be like careful, like, you know, something about a spawn right in front of me, stuff like that. Very, very good game for a lot of reasons. And I think that's something that's unappreciated about that game. It still keeps experienced players on edge, which I like. Because once you master a game to a certain point, you kind of lose that feeling after some time. But having that sort of uneasiness or like uncertainty helps. And keep it fresh, while still giving you enough room as a player to like show off your expertise and consistency, stuff like that. Yeah, very good game. I don't remember when I saved. Again, there's a lot of cutscenes. I think we saved in a little central area. We went to unlock the door, and then a bunch of cutscenes happened. I say this because I sort of do not want to use my healing items, if I gotta be honest. So I'm kind of debating if I should like take the death if I do get to that point. We'll see. If I go low health again, we'll use the Onimusha form. By the way, I'm really glad it's not automatic anymore like in 2. That's pretty good. Now my hope that actually, you know, heal over time while it's active, that would be nice. Another thing I didn't like about Onimusha 2 powered up form is enemies will block your attacks. So yeah, you don't have unblockable moves like you did in Genma's Ogre Power. So yeah, not super strong of a weapon. Oh, he absorbs? Okay, looks like I can't grab him. Okay, let me use my whatchamacallit. Okay, well, I can't really test anymore. Well, because he died, and because I absorbed essence, or yellow essence, so I couldn't be able to see anymore.
Pops, are you okay?
Damn.
I hope they remake 2. That's all I want from DMC at this point. It's the missing link.
You mean you're
I said the same thing for like NG3, right? Vanilla gets like a bad rap for being bad. So Razor's Edge is bad because that's the base. I don't think that's true though. I wouldn't think. No, I believe that Razor's Edge wouldn't be as good as it is if it wasn't for the base of 3. Because because if that's the root of the game, if it comes out good with just more different approach, then there was something there, right? At least there was something there. That's the important part. And same is true for 2. A lot of things from DMC 3 came from the sequel, so if they remake 3, which if they do, I don't think they'll give it much effort, to be honest. If they remake 2, they're not gonna, well, for one, they won't put effort, and it won't be snappy like 1 and 3. But yeah, if they did make it back then, it would have been like DMC 3.5, which is crazy to think about. The wall runs, the weapon swapping, rebellions there, you know, customizable DTs, right, elemental stuff. It's all there. It's all there. It's just, you know, needed more time. I see it, Mary.
Wait.
See immaculate art direction atmosphere. Yeah, immediately. I will say,
Sorry. I could not save your friends.
What?
I haven't played RE9,
Oh my god.
but 3D action so far that I've seen, well, from 4 Remake, not too
Damn
encouraging.
monsters.
I feel like if they make DMC games, one will probably be decent, like as a remake. They're gonna skip 2, and 3 is gonna be the biggest divisive game ever. I think it's gonna be RE remake all over again, where RE2 was not as good as the original, but still pretty close, right? So that's gonna be DMC 1. They're gonna completely skip over DMC 2 the same way they did RE3 remake. Of like sort of, let's just get through this. Let's hurry up and get through this game, and get to like the actual popular one. Right, so DMC 3 will be the RE4 remake. But yeah, they're definitely going to remake DMC, unless they remake RE5 and 6, which would be very funny.
Yes.
But yeah, they're definitely going to
Jock.
start going to their other catalog at this point, I think.
It's past.
Along with the
For remake, I'm not a big fan. I have a video
This is hard to believe.
on it, and yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Yes. This is Aubert.
We do everything for DMC 2, story, combat, and design, etc. Make a new
Understood.
game.
I'll be there immediately.
But I think people would appreciate the
Is it them again?
areas the game goes to.
Samanosuke, could I ask you to do some Ghostbusters?
I don't think they'll be able to replicate the art direction of 2.
Certainly.
It would be sick if they could, but having
Yes.
to understand people who appreciate 2. So having like a more, what's the word? Finished or fleshed out version or like vision of the game would be cool to see, but I'm not too sure if Capcom would put that much effort. But yeah, who knows? Now is it, well actually before I go there, I'm sure everyone's seen the 4 remake sequel video, right? By Crowcat. So that's opened up the discussion, like what, 2 years, 3 years later. The reception isn't as negative, it seems. Nowhere near as, because back then I think probably recency bias played a big part of it, and he got a lot of pushback, it seemed. I wonder if power jewels carry over between characters. We'll see. But yeah. Like, I think the examples used this time are more clearer. I think that's for sure. I actually do prefer this new video over the first one. And I agree 100%. And I've seen videos of people who also didn't like 4 Remake, and a video of somebody who does like 4 Remake, and nothing's changed. Both people, both camps still like the game that they like, so. I am curious if it'll actually, like... What's the word?
Tell me, what happened?
Change somebody's mind? But I don't think so. I also wonder if people would keep their stance to be... like, out of spite, maybe? Like, just to, you know... Nobody likes to, you know, give foot to the other side, right? So... yeah. I wonder if that's also part of it.
The power's down.
Cutscenes.
We'll have to turn it on manually.
Manually. So recognized as DMC on the basis of Lucia. Yeah. Dante will be whitewashed. That's coming. We're trying to. Yeah, me neither. Hopefully, if they outsource the DMC1 remake to Kamiya and Clovers, that'd be cool. Now that I'll be interested in. But I would also go into already not expecting a very faithful remake. Because, like, everybody changes. Like, okay, like, a creative from 2001 and 2030, let's say, the game gets remade by him. His mindset and, like, experience of game design is, like, how he approaches it, very different, I would imagine. Right? If we compare, like, DMC1 to, like, Wonderful 101, different mindset. So even though it is the same guy, you know, the headspace and the time and, like, probably even the restrictions are so different. You know, the people around him as well, you know, can't really either give him the, you know, okay, yeah, this is possible, and, like, okay, no, we actually can't do this. So I think in originally DMC1 was supposed to have even more cutscenes, well, QTEs, I mean, and they said no, we are not going to do that. So Kamiya got shot down having that sort of thing. So it could have been even more different, that first game. So if he makes it now, it might have more QTEs and, like, genre switch ups, like Wonderful 101. You know, you just never know. You can just never know. So yeah, mindset, nearby people. You know, it's not going to be the perfect remake. I think with RE1 with Mikami is way more. It makes more sense because, again, same guy, pretty soon after the first game, like within reason, right? Like less than a 10-year gap. And I'm not sure if it's the same people or not, but the mindset is still very much similar. But yeah, I want a DMC1 remake by Kamiya. If I have to choose one person, then Kamiya, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah. It would go from 3-1-2. I hope not. I hope they do it in order. But you can just never know with Capcom. These days, I feel like they're still, like, the better AAA team out there, but still very, what's the word? They still have certain practices the other major publishers and devs have. That video is awful. Quick as just generous as ever. Okay, that's what I was curious about. I want to see more videos from people who don't like his videos and also like 4 Remake. Like, what are the examples where Remake are better? That's what I'm curious about. I want to see both sides, right? And again, like I said earlier, I don't think I'll change my mind even if I do see that. But I would like to see both be a part of the conversation. So there's a lot of react videos for both sides, but it's not like one that supports R4 remake being good. I wonder what it fits. Okay, so we need the classic crank. Let me catch up with you guys. We just would have let it go. Still stupid takes as modern mechanics, but they made the game fun anyways for the OG, but with a faithful remake. Is that he's framing for views and reactions, not true, providing a solid analysis of design. Pairing moves routing is incredibly stupid as there are numerous design elements ignored when this is said. Untrue. That's what I heard too, like there's cherry picking for examples. I don't know. Again, that's why I want like a very concise video from the other side to see what they see. Like that's what I'm coming from. I want to see what they see. You know, because I'm not a fan of the 4 remake, but I'll still like appreciate where they're coming from. But yeah, there's nowhere to cross. Do I even have a key? I lost faith in Okami after 3. I don't. He wasn't the director though. I think he was a supervisor for the writing, maybe. Like maybe just like very broad strokes of what type of path to follow. But I don't think he had much to do with that game. He doesn't have much to do with any of the games after the first one. Like he doesn't, you know, after Beautiful Joe 1, he left. After Bayo 1, he left. After Okami 1, he left. Except the new one, right? But I think most games he doesn't really have the whoopsie. Yeah, I don't think he had much to do with 3, if I remember. I want to work backwards here. Okay. Unusual. Okay. Looks like we're making progress. Yeah. It sucks that Bayonetta 3 really messed up the... What's the word? The reception of that series. I think it's been... I think public opinion of Bayonetta fell as time went on, honestly. I think it's pretty well... like known, like yeah, the first game is the best one, and depending who you ask, yeah, second one's a nosedive. Like depending what they want out of Bayonetta, and then 3 messes up both camps. I think the people who like the story and the character of Bayonetta and like the presentation really like 2, and I do too. But the gameplay, right? Gameplay people like okay, 2 maybe not so much, but then 3 messes with both people. The people who like the character in the world and the gameplay. So I don't think 3 has many hardcore defenders. Yeah. And then being a Nintendo only console, well, exclusive action game is not helping it itself either. I would recommend to play the spin-off game, but very drastic direction, but very good game. What? Oh, it's the other. Okay. If only I remember where to go. Maybe right here. There we go. Iron handle. But there's small things that stack up on each other that makes me prefer the original. In some cases, both games are extremely enjoyable though. Never come back down. I think it's a case of like, what do you want out of RE4? Again, if we're just going through like the video, right? The RE4 a game of its time. Whether you like the characterization and the writing of the original, the 4 remake wouldn't be as good, right? And if it's like art direction and tone and atmosphere, again, I didn't get a good lasting impression in that department for a remake. And then gameplay for me personally didn't match up either. So I feel like depending like what you prefer, I think from my perspective isn't as strong. It's good, but it's not as good. I think that's what it is. I'm not including great mechanics in the remake. RE2 likes a different scenario thing. RE3 likes half the game. Yeah, that's like massive. Half the game missing is crazy. Like if any remake has to be scrutinized, it will be 3. And I don't think it was like at all. And again, it's because like I feel like they got through 3 as of like, what's the word? I think they saw it more as a hump to get to the actual thing people want, which is 4. So they said, okay, let's just do this already. Which sucks because now, you know, 3 remake is the way it is. Let's go down. Oh, hidden item. Oh, never mind. That's just a reflection of the water. Exactly, Lex. That's what I thought too. Like in my video and even the description of my 4 remake video, that's what I said. It didn't reach the... It didn't match 6's quality of gunplay or improve upon it. And the base of 4 in remake is missing some stuff. So it's like it tries to reach both peaks at the same time, but it sort of averages out on both ends. But luckily RE6 gameplay is really good and RE4 at a baseline is really good, so averaging those out is still better than most games. But when the point is to remake a game, this is something I don't like about remakes in general. It's very rare to have a good remake.
We've gotta hurry.
I think it's just sort of redundant. Like instead of remaking it, just port the game, which they do, and we should just call it there. But yeah. I don't really care for remakes too much. Because something's got to give. Something's got to give. It's not going to be faithful. It's not going to be a full, you know, a legit remake. So it's like, well, maybe if they actually call it what it should be, like a reimagining, then okay, the liberties will be more understandable, right? If they come out and just say it's a reimagining, but because for me, like with 4 and yeah, with 4 specifically, like I do like the idea that the classic games, right? Well, just 2 and 3, they went from the traditional classic horror, what's the word I'm looking for? They went from the horror games to the third-person shooters, right? More closer to 4. So having that restructure alone is okay. That's interesting, right? We have something new. That's actually new. So for 4 remake, just trying to do 4 again, I'm like, well, we already have 4. Yeah, I would just rather play 4. But I wish they actually had like the guts to make 4, but in the traditional style. So go back to the tank controls, pre-rendered backgrounds, make it more horror. Like let's cross the gap or the bridge between both players. The classic players, the people who didn't like the classic stuff have the remakes, and the people who like the classics and not the 3D stuff can enjoy the reimagined horror versions. You know, I think that'd be more like acceptable for me personally. So at least, because if we're gonna revisit the game and remake it in a new way, let's actually have a new experience. Well, for me personally, I think the 4 remake is more of a compromised experience. But that, again, that's the case for most remakes. Like I said, something has to give.
Who's this joker?
A Japanese samurai.
Shouldn't exist. Bad games deserve remake. Exactly, yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Well, you say
1, 2, 3, but I like them all.
you my thanks.
Come on, we gotta regroup.
I'll call for backup.
Yeah, this series I think went from like, because before it was like the top 3, right? It would be DMC, Bayonetta, and
Hey, wait for me!
sometimes I wouldn't even think people would consider Ninja Gaiden as a top 3 trio. I gotta be honest. I think now it is. Because I think Bayonetta got pushed out of the trifecta because it screwed over so many people over the years with each game. So
It's
yeah,
Give it to me.
it's a very interesting series. I like it a lot, but
Hello.
you got to,
What?
what's the word?
Oh,
Be willing to accept a lot of change and inconsistent design,
we'll talk once.
which can be both good and bad, right? Yes, it's consistently inconsistent,
Wasn't Jacques.
that series.
It was his son Henri.
The Bloom and newest RE games I hate, but Bloom Mechanics in general,
This machine lets
RE6.
talk to people.
I don't remember in 6 actually. You can disable it? Oh wow.
Come on. Henri is worried.
Aim Bloom. Oh, okay. But you can choose between that and the laser for some reason. Oh yeah, that's true, yeah. Yeah, I do remember because in my gameplay, I'm pretty sure you'll see me use the laser every time. Yeah, I think it works how it does in RE4. Whatever the laser's on, you're hitting that target. That consistency, man, makes a huge difference.
Hello, Henri.
Where's Dad?
Here's the laser. Anyways, yeah. I can make it not a problem via the laser sight in RE6.
Who is he?
That's why modding keeps an old game for. Exactly, yeah.
He's a samurai from Japan.
Again, look at, just like what was mentioned earlier with the Castlevania mods, Crimson mod for DMC3,
Jacques.
the
Place very far away. He won't be back. soon.
Heartless Never Cry,
What?
the
What
Kingdom Hearts 2
place? Where?
overhaul,
Whoa!
Project 06, right?
Go. At Tengu.
Like, I think that's a good route to go.
Years in the past.
I think more so fan overhauls would be way more better than like an actual studio one. So I think sometimes fans understand the games more than.
He can't come back right away, but he said for you to be a good boy while he's gone.
In some cases. In some cases, yeah. Some cases, I think the hardcore fans would understand the games more. The appeal, anyways.
Okay, I delivered my message to Henri. Now I'll go back to help Jacques.
Tell him I'm depending.
Because like, look at Christian Whitehead. I think that's his name, right? Huge fan. That did a lot of work to port the original games with like stuff players of the series actually want to see.
I'm pooped.
I think that's how we got like
He's just
Sonic 3 Air or something.
a real brat, just like his father.
Yeah, and then him and his team made his own game. And one of the best like modern Sonic games of all time, and it wasn't Sonic Team made, right? So I think there's an argument to be made that fans understand the game's appeal and how to design them more so than like
And Samanos
the people who
counting on you.
Oh, you mean the
are given the reins to continue the torch. Sometimes I feel like there's a disconnect from
Where to?
Where else?
the new team,
To find
official
you
team.
back home.
That's what's gonna be interesting playing Way of the Sword. That's for sure.
What's this? These are from my time.
Phasing out the laser sight in the newer entries was a massive mistake. Yeah, it's a very like massive
Semenosuke, did you
identifier, like a characteristic, like in my opinion. I think it's a huge part of its identity, that laser sight. A huge part. So the fact that he moved it, I think again that's like it seems small, but it's like a red flag of like misunderstanding the games. So it's small, but when so much small things add up, it's like, okay, well, there's a disconnect, pretty much.
So, this is
And I think that's the problem with 4 Remake. It's not that it's a bad game, it's just, I think what it comes down to, it just doesn't understand these small details from both casuals and like experienced players. That's what it comes off to me. Let me save. Oopsie. But that's just remakes, man. You lose numbers, damage, stagger, crit, etc. For R2, it's a pain. Oh, okay, you mean the weaker bloom like messes with everything, right? Okay. I see what you mean. Now, and that goes into the domino effect of like, excuse me, inconsistent staggers, right? So like, it seems small, but man, like, these details add up over time, slowly and slowly, you know. A Death of a Thousand Cuts, that remake. Okay, well, I need a new weapon. I saw the blocked door right there. It's relatively niche because I would spit on current Capcom remakes of them. I'm glad we're the sort of something. I'm surprised they're even remastering the games, to be honest. I think it's more so out of passion than like, we know we're gonna get money out of this. So I think with the RE remakes, they knew it was gonna be a big hit. But Onimusha, I think they even understand it's more on the niche side of things, like really niche. I think, like for me personally, like before playing these games, I knew they existed, but that was the extent of it for the longest time. And that was somebody who, grew up with the PS2 and played a lot of or kept up with Capcom. So the fact even me, like not really like knowing much about the series kind of says a lot. And nowadays, I would imagine nobody knows this game exists at all, to be honest. I guess that could be a good or bad thing because, like, speaking of Resident Evil, right? A lot of things I'm seeing as of late, and this topic popped up a lot actually, a few different videos. Padlock, wristwatch. The idea of like posers, tourists, like LARPers, that's what's being used now. So when a series gets so huge, the floodgates sort of get open. And things get very muddied, it seems like. Because I'm seeing videos about Resident Evil a lot right now. But I think watching that one video or two really opened up my recommendations. So more stuff came up for like anime, comics. There's like one more. I think movies in general. But yeah, it's like, I guess the fandom gets, diluted. I guess because when a lot of people who don't understand the games
Have you seen this before?
take part, it's like, hold on a second. You know, things get a little confusing. And I think that's why people are really getting crazy in the RE. Like enough to make a bunch of videos this past like week or so.
Hey, I just want to ask you a few.
And I think the RE4 remake video right now came out, also reignited that. Like, are people not playing the original probably? That's where it probably comes from too. So yeah, it's that's also a big thing. Well, he did something. So yeah, so keeping Onimusha niche, even though it won't have much official support from Capcom, at least the community will be hard set, like, for sure, die-hard fans. I remember asking this question during my Neo 2 playthrough. But it's like, do you have to be... Would you like to trade me for that watermelon? The question I asked was, can you be a fan of a game if you never played it? Like, is that possible? Because video games are an interactive medium. So if you don't engage with the interactive part of it, can you be a fan of the game? I think you can be a fan of the franchise, especially with Resident Evil, right? There's movies, there's comics. There's so much more than just the games to Resident Evil, so that sort of makes sense. But if it's like a gamey game sort of game, you gotta play the game. Right. Like Ninja Gaiden, for example, I think you have to play the games to be a fan. It doesn't mean you have to be good at them or even beat them on the highest mode. But I think to just be a fan of games, you have to interact with the specific medium. Right, so it's like, yeah. And I think with movies, I think it's easier to keep up with movies, right? Because it's only like a 2-hour thing. And like shows are probably, you know, more passive. Like watching stuff is more passive. But playing games actually takes mechanical skill, reaction time. And that sort of like element you can't replicate by watching walkthroughs. There's a huge gap of experience. Like the type of experience, I mean. Like games aren't a passive medium. You gotta be... It's a two-part sort of system, right? There's the creator and then the player. And you gotta play the game. I think the only exception are like story heavy games, but I think those games toe the line of what a game is too at sometimes. I think that's what they're called, like walking sims, right? It's very like, because I think I even compared like God of War Ragnarok in my video. It's just a glorified like roller coaster ride. That's all that really happens. You're on like these auto track things majority of the time, and you're just sightseeing a lot of the game. Like everything's automated. So like the interactive element really got diminished in those games. It's like, well, it's taking out the game out of the gameplay, pretty much. But yeah, let me catch up. On RE4's remake someday, because I'm not entirely satisfied with most videos. Yeah, if you do, definitely share your thoughts, because I think that's very important to have both sides, right? I think when the game first came out, there was like a noticeable like wave of support for that game. But it was more, what's the word? Sensational? Like recency bias in a way. Like the release window hype, you know. So now that time has passed, and the game has a chance to settle in, now would be a good time to have more of like a review of it, of what's really going on with that game. If you plan on pro gambling with the shots. Ask from Capcom regarding these. Yeah, I just want remasters. Just ports, man. Like that's the best thing we can do. We'll ask for, I mean. It keeps the games alive for the modern era. And it keeps it faithful 90% of the time. Like the Onimusha 2 remake or remaster has the same sort of modernizations to them, like how a remake would have gotten as well. You know, taking out the tank controls, adding autosaves. It's like they changed the mechanics to where it still changes the experience pretty, you know, to some drastically. So even ports can be not faithful to the original vision, and plus like censorship too is like a big thing for both games actually. It's like, well, like can you like is there like any respect for the original artist's intact vision to keep it, you know, faithful? But yeah, even ports aren't safe. Even ports aren't safe. Okay, I must have missed something. Thunder. We may have to go back. The answer is no. You can be a fan of aspects of them, but not the game. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's tough. So I think like Souls would be another game where the lore is so huge. I can imagine there's a lot of fans of the Souls games that never played the games and only like them because of the what the hell? Of the lore. And I think the Souls games are more games than the story, but I guess this depends what you just want out of the series, I suppose. But yeah, yeah. You gotta play the game, I think. Like most cases, you gotta play the game to get a true like understanding. And even then, like, even then, it can be questionable if somebody understands the game. Because like some people will say like the tank controls are outdated, well, some will say it's very core to the game's identity, right? This depends who you ask. Very, yeah. And games only get more and more mainstream too. And I'm surprised this wasn't happening. This discussion didn't happen earlier with Resident Evil, because it's always been like massive. It's always been a huge game. But I guess now it's super mainstream, I guess. Like it even had like long running Hollywood movies, so it's been popular for a while. Oh, okay, I gotta go. I know where I go. Gotta go now. Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's always been massively popular. But I guess it passed a certain threshold of like becoming really in the pop culture sphere instead of like popular in the gaming world. I guess like went past that, but and I think this even happened with like Persona. Like the same sort of discussions when Persona 5 came out. Of like actually playing 5 in general, or like the past games. What makes a fan? You know, this and that. So this discussion seems to come up every once in a while. Like when a big new re-release seems to drop, it seems. So I think with RE9, I think... Well, actually, it was like a storm of stuff. RE9, the modern ports on GOG and Steam, the video coming out for the 4 remake. So yeah, it seems like a perfect storm for like this discussion to finally happen with Resident Evil. Yeah, I guess it was bound to happen eventually. What game will be next? That's gonna be interesting. So I always bring up like Yakuza and Persona as like the games I'm very surprised found their footing. Even Danganronpa, I think, had like their surge in popularity. So I guess over time it will find that large mainstream appeal. It will just take time, I suppose. And then it comes down to like, okay, is the games being preserved, and is the fandom being preserved too? So I think that's also probably like the follow-up thing that comes up. Like, are the people that come in are here to maintain like the true, what we, you know, or like any fan base assumes to be the true experience of a series? Because like when a new audience comes in to make demands, then probably not follow up afterwards, like stick around with the series, well then the diehards are left with what's remaining, right? Yeah, so it's a lot of domino effects. And it's okay to be what's the word? Like not so knowledgeable on a series. I think the important part is just to just interact with the actual original medium it was apart from. I think that's what's important. I think like, yeah, just watching videos is, I don't think, not enough. But and when it comes to Resident Evil specifically, like those games are incredibly widely available. Even before like the GOG ports, I think majority of the games were available. Like you're able to play the RE1 remake since like 2016, 2015, like on modern hardware. Not 2 and 3, sadly, but everything else was like really accessible and usually pretty cheap too. I can't see a new game. Oh yeah, be fan of Post-Fire Revenge. I'll be the first fan of your game, that's for sure. FOMO, yeah, that's a big thing too that plays into it. Like, being in the discussion is like, I think what draws a new this new wave, right? It's that this even Silksong, this happened. Like along the years, right, the hype for this game grew from like the original fan base to like being in an industry sort of, you know, everyone's waiting for Silksong, everyone's waiting for Silksong, being teased every, you know, the past like 6 years, 7 years for official announcement. So it got more eyes in anticipation, and then when the game came out, you know, the talk of difficulty came up.
Take a look.
And again, people, the fear of missing out, being a part of the conversation.
Guildenstern is involved. Who is Guildenstern?
He's a
But again, like creating intent, keeping the identity as intended.
A scientist.
And then again with Souls, like should there be easy mode? Should there not be? You know, so this comes up every once in a while.
Let's try that ship. I might
But yeah,
have a clue that helps me get home.
it's very interesting.
Let's go to the harbor.
Let's go to the because like even Sifu, like when that game added the post-update easy mode, I'm like, man, they should have just stuck to their vision, because that's what keeps your games. What's the word? I think there's something to keeping to your vision. I don't think everything can be for everybody. That's just a fact. And when you make so many changes to grab an audience that wasn't going to accept your game in the first place, then the appeal gets diluted. If this continues, right? It's a slippery slope.
Whoa, it's absolutely
Yeah.
huge.
But at the same time, games is also a business. So it's like you gotta toe the line of like getting a large audience
Take us to the Genma
while still maintaining your audience you built. And this is kind of sort of happening with Tekken 8 too, right?
What in the...
Strive, it worked,
My bike.
getting a new audience, but changing up the direction. Even RE4, same is one of the rare few examples where creativity, where the cross section of like creativity needs to like be fresh again, like a challenge, while also bringing in more customers, right? I think RE4 is the rare examples where both actually work out for both favors. Like it works out for both parties.
The ship is moving.
But
Damn. Samanosuke, I'll come.
yeah. Yeah, it's a crazy topic. Way more layered than I figured, and way more like prominent right now, especially in the past year or two, than I actually thought about. If I gotta be honest, but yeah, this playthrough is more of a podcast at this point, isn't it? Because even me, what the hell's going on? I'm very passively playing this game, to be honest, but. Can I swap? Okay, nice. No. Whoopsie. Oh, he blocks magic attacks? I don't think that should be possible.
You're strong. Don't worry.
When talking about Persona 5, because about 80% of the game is watching. Exactly, I think when it comes to games that are very story heavy, again, like going back to Danganronpa, it's a murder mystery. You can make your own choices, I think, and there's like fail states if you don't like do the right call outs and stuff.
Damn. No key.
But it's still like more of a story driven thing. Even like the like Telltale games. It's probably why Dispatch also like in recent time became huge. Like they're very passive. And the experience from like the player and the audience, it's not too different. Right.
Wait, Henri, the key to his bike? What's going on?
But yeah, those are the rare cases though.
This is it. Take this to Dad right away. How did you know? I don't know. I just did.
Calling the original RE games being disposable.
I'll take it to him.
Exactly, yeah.
Thanks.
The people who have the reins now, they could have been the same people for all I know. But the fact is said out loud, like saying the quiet part out loud of what everyone thought for a long time.
Really?
The fact we've been like proven right, I suppose. It's like, well, like they don't see these games as art and more so a product. I think that was the criticism of newer Nintendo, where I think the new president has a long history of more of a money background, more instead of like a gamer, like Iwata was, like being a developer, making games, playing games, right? So the mentality is very different. And I think the direction and output shows. But it's crazy, man. It is definitely crazy. Once we play, that's why it's something I'm very confused about. Like you'll think they would want to preserve their history, but no. Apparently, I guess that's sort of an afterthought to keep what made their games them sort of an afterthought. It's kind of crazy. Oh, that was a deflect. That's my favorite thing to do with them. Oh my god. There's an armor mechanic? So I noticed this as well with the first boss. These side arm panel things. You can break them. So maybe that's like a new mechanic? Like enemies having armor? That'd be pretty cool. If that's the case. You know, that was a way better, well, way more enjoyable boat fight than Kingdom Hearts 3 ever could have done themselves. No. What? Did he disappear into the wall? So much for that. This game took me out retirement back in 2009. It's a pretty cool game. It takes the adventure aspects of 2 and ups it to 11. That's for sure. It's definitely different. But I said this even like when playing the second game, or in the lead up of playing the second game, that I don't think these later games will match my preference for 1. Like what 1 does, it does perfect. So it would be nice to sort of get that feeling again. But the directions definitely change. Bigger and bigger, pretty much. It reminds me of Neo, actually. Like the game starts very focused, and then we gotta go bigger. We gotta go bigger. It makes sense, right? Because you want to have, I guess, a reason for players to come back to your game. But like just put something on the back of the box, sort of deal. You know, my favorite minigame I've ever played was probably BioShock 1. Because this is what is reminding me a little bit. It's not a sliding puzzle on BioShock. You place the pieces you want. But it's like a sort of reactionary timer thing going on, which is really cool. Hold on, I need to think backwards here. There we go. I wanted the right angle. I was like, how do I get it there? Guess it's not autopilot. Well, I got a key. We opened up here. Maybe, okay, as I figured.
What the?
Should try Chaos Legion, repetitive, boring, and dull. Crazy thing is, even Chaos Legion has fans. I've been told my comment section in my Chaos Legion video is not the best, probably. I think they came in to share their thoughts. But yeah, I'm not a fan of Chaos Legion. I think that era of Capcom, well, US side, really messed up those games for the worst.
And also,
Chaos Legion, Dawn of Dreams, DMC3.
Yes, I will.
I think there's one more. Yeah, DMC3 got its new special edition, which helped it out.
So,
But
the bike fell.
the other games, not so much.
But your dad is doing
We'll see.
great. He wanted me to thank you. Really? And Michelle, he wants you to look after Henri.
Yes.
It's interesting. I think everything besides gameplay is pretty cool about Chaos Legion. But when the gameplay of a game isn't fun, that's why it'd be interesting when I get to...
It's for you.
Oh yeah, Devil Kings, yeah, I heard that was also a change too. Like balancing wise. That's why I'm curious when I get to Drakengard. Like 1 and 2 on PS2. I heard the gameplay is not the reason why you play those games. Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting when I get to those. Yeah.
Michelle,
I feel like from secondhand,
Yes.
the gameplay isn't really the appeal anyways for Yoko Taro's games anyways. So it's like sort of known the gameplay isn't the best. But that's not why we're fans of it, right? That's the sort of situation that series is in. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. we might have ourselves a problem. That's a level 2 door. And we only have 4 bars of souls, I think. So let me make a secondary save just in case. But I think we're screwed anyways. We're gonna barely make it. No! No, we're like 1 penny short. You gotta be kidding me. Do these give red souls like DMC?
Samanosuke, here!
Bro. Uh-oh. Are we soft locked? Let's go to the training and hope we can get something out of here. Let's do deflect, because this is a kill. You can go back to sewers. Okay, we'll do the first one at least. We'll show this off. Guild Instinct. Yeah, Stern. Yeah, he's back, man. The legend. Oh, no souls. We'll complete this to see if we get like a reward or something. So yeah, this is, and it's beginner, so I'm assuming it won't last too long. I probably should be deflecting more often. I'm kind of surprised I'm landing these as consistently as I am right now. I haven't attempted this a single time all game, so the extra money would have been helpful right about now. Oh, I need to test that too, actually. Because in the sequel, I don't think you aggro enemies by using the Oni Gauntlet. So I wonder if 3 also removed that sort of thing. 60 souls. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Thank you for letting me know. Oh my. Poor guy, dude. Okay, so we're jumping between times right now, but it's linear so far. So there's no, what's the word? We have no like say on this. Oh my god. Okay. I should probably get more souls. But we'll just keep it moving. A mobile planet just trolls Samanosuke. You got that infinite service plan. He's a professional hater. He takes his job very seriously. Being a hater is a craft, and he's definitely mastered it. That's for sure. That's all I needed. The training series. Okay. What do you think about combat? Is more fluid, right? Even if it is more fluid, I don't think you really do it too much. If I gotta be honest. Because I'm being like right now I'm engaging with the game very passively. But I think that's what you do when you stream in general. I'm not sure how true that is, but so I'm not using like I haven't tested if there's command inputs yet. If the directional attacks are distant dependent, like in 2. If they link into each other as well, like in 2. I think in that game you had enough constant fights to test these things out, but even then it was pretty like spaced out, like encounters. Compared to 1 where you always had to fight, pretty much. This game, I feel like I'm doing more so grabbing an item, putting it in its spot, fighting a boss, and that's the extent of it. But I'm also like ignoring fights too, to be honest. So yeah, I think it's just me. But again, I already went into both 2 and 3 not already feeling like I won't like them as much. So I'm not really giving the games full attention. So yeah, just for full transparency, like I already went into these games with like a sort of certain mindset. Where did she go? You really move fast doing that, don't you? Like, look at that burst of movement. Do we have Castlevania sort of like backdash canceling? Like its own version? That's sick. Will give you control over the time period. Okay. So I'm going to be filtered in the next section, pretty much. Where did you go? Okay, let me look at this stuff. Speed of enemy souls. But I gotta put the eco spirits things. Okay, well, I'll wait till I have more. Yeah, they do feel the same, which I really like. It's just the pacing, I think, is the biggest thing between the games. It's the pacing. Like, what they really focus on is very different. Well, now I gotta... There we go. Yeah, the game feel of these games are second to none. I think they're amazing. It's just the way they use them is different, if that makes sense. .10. Okay, I heard about that. I was doing a little bit of research on this game. Yeah, the 10-point slash is... No, okay, is the 10-point slash just the name for the critical chain mechanic from 2? Like, does it have a name now? Like, is that what that is, or something different? Because I think you have to be in the ready stance, and then yeah, something like that. Of the series, it doesn't. It is not the controls, but you move so much faster. You're saying 3 is like the peak of the series, like pacing wise? Or combat, for example? I'm sure it is. But I'm not like giving it the full time of day. So that's on my part. The micro step just by inputting the movement command again. This is what I meant by these games movement being kind of taken. I see that. Yeah, I see that. That's pretty sick. Especially now it cancels into itself, right? Like, look at that. Well, not anymore. Don't look, don't look. That's pretty sick. Oh, I think we had it. I'll try again. How do I... Oh, that's actually really fun. Bum, bum. You can recover faster with this white vest if you spin the right analog stick. Okay. With the white vest. Do I have the white vest? I do. I need one more eco spirit though. Okay. Like all mazes, it's probably a good idea to hug the wall and then hopefully land in the right direction. Well, that answers my question. I don't think it provokes people, well, enemies anymore. I'll keep trying. But yeah, I think only the first game lets you provoke enemies by absorbing. That's another thing I noticed too about this game. You can now do chain E-sends off a deflect. Now, if I remember right, that wasn't possible in 2, which I like. It gives Clash Parry more reward than just a single instant kill, right? Because both a deflect and E-send or critical E-send do the same thing. And that's what I mentioned in my Genma video. Like, there's no... It's not as worth it. But in 2, giving it the ability to chain E-send, like, okay, the higher skill gives a higher reward. But now you can chain deflects. E-send kills off a deflect. Well, the E-send, critical E-send becomes sort of not so distinct anymore. I was blocking a lot of things. Well, it looked like I would have blocked in a certain range, but we really needed to heal there. We would have been screwed. It's a special string, okay. I can see why people dislike the change between the characters, kind of runs it. No, I think Onimusha is really good, like as a series, like in general. Is this one my preferred game is so perfect? It's like I can just play that game. Is this a difference of approach? Like, I think the gameplay is amazing in 2 and 3 so far. It's just how they package it, pretty much. I need to keep practicing deflex on these new enemies. I need the health at this point. Okay, so you can chain off deflex right there. Let's get used to the new timing. From the preview footage I've seen for Way of the Sword, there's a stagger mechanic now, from what I've seen. So I'm very curious how this new game's gonna play. So maybe Esens aren't as powerful as they used to be, being this like one-shot kill sort of thing. So yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious how it's gonna turn out. Skill rewards in Esen isn't a thing until Dawn of Dreams, and that game did a heavy rework. But I remember Dawn of Dreams. I remember it was automated. Like if you landed one Esen, it'll automatically do the rest for you with no timing. It was just like weapon level dependent. That's from memory though. It's been like 3 years since then. But yes, I remember in that video. Does the candles mean something? Whoopsie, because there's 3 sections that are lit up. So I wonder if that's like the 3rd one I gotta do instead of like the 1st one. If I die, that's not too much of a problem. I just saved, so. Oh, that's right. The recovery thing. We just reload. Archer Cure in this one. Guildernston trying to ruin Esens for us. Numeric core. Oh, okay, that's what I figured. Yeah, that's what I was figuring. 222. Ah, we were close. Let's see. Can I get all twos on screen? So close. It had a maximum upgrade of 7 per chain. Yeah, that's what I figured. So from going from timing based in 2 to just mashing. Oh, I loaded the wrong save. Whoopsie. Thank goodness. It's so fast to load stuff in this game. In all the games, actually, it's super, super quick. If I had to do this in like a newer game, I would not be able to hop back into the game this quick. That's for sure. Oh, there we go. All twos, baby. You get a free revive if you had enough Oni magic orbs. I think that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool, like, save mechanic. Yeah, we just died right now. Well, almost died, but having all 5 orbs saved us right there. That's pretty cool. It adds an extra strategy to it. Because if it's not going to give me a heal as it's active, having the decision to like sit on it for the full health revive is pretty cool. So I can use it as a defensive option or an offensive one. But not both. So you gotta choose. Okay, so this is 1. Okay, it'd be really close. I wonder if there's a timer to this. We'll find out. Okay. That's the 3rd one. And the last one. Okay. There doesn't seem to be a timer to this. Okay. I'm not going to upgrade anything until I have to. When it comes to a new Onimusha game, it could be tricky with that sort of thing if you're not too aware of like what's coming up. Like in the first game, for sure, right? You gotta have specific weapons upgraded at specific times. And if you don't have the souls, then you gotta farm. I do like how 2 removed the requirement for weapon levels, but it seems like they added it back in for this game. I wonder why. I think it was done pretty well in the sequel. Like just having the weapon is more than enough, but they sort of backstepped that decision for some reason. Okay. And then I'm pretty sure I put this in something in the bottom area. Oh, okay, that opens a new door, okay. That's like an Odachi, right? Like the way he's holding it. It's still pretty quick. Okay, let me save. Save, please. But 2 and 4, no. This sword is cool. It looks really cool. It's very fast, has the range. Pretty sick. In this game. It might be my favorite too. It seems to be the closest to like a katana. It's pretty quick too, so it's not like I'm sacrificing speed for damage. So it seems to be pretty good. Like all around. I'm dumb. Never mind. I confused myself. I thought I picked up a key, but it was just a weapon crystal thing. You saw that, right? I was in the middle of the Isen, critical Isen animation, where he sidesteps, but I got hit. Yeah, like that sort of automatic sidestep thing. I got clipped during the startup, which was weird. Okay, I just gotta find... sewer. It doesn't even show me where I'm at. Oh, it does actually. Okay, go this way. And keep going left pretty much, I think. Yeah, it doesn't aggro anymore. Look at that. That really sucks. I guess only the first game then. I do like how I get a lot of items for free. Because I'm going to need them. That's for sure. Like, even though it's a regular herb, that's pretty... That's going to be useful. Damn. Okay, so from what I researched and read for the 10-point slash, like for the little bit I read, you have to time the hit as you land it. But I think also read that the direction of the left thumbstick also matters. Or no, I'm not too sure, actually. It's not the way you hold it, but the size of the blade. That's what matters. That's what matters. The special is great for both Samanosuke and Jaquez. The second weapon are my favorites in the series, while the third dump the magic. Okay. They're the resource dump sort of weapons. Oh. We got a lot more panels to work with. I feel like I was on the right track. There we go. These are really fun. Statue charm. What is that? Oh, it's a talisman. Okay. Is this a different name? I think I came from here. Yes, I did. What you got hiding from me? Oh, just a little pocket area. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, I think if you like Onimusha 2, I think you'll like this game a lot, to be honest. I think both games are good at what they do. They just go bigger every time. I just really like the compact feeling of one. Yeah, these games aren't bad, not a long shot. It's probably the best like consistency out of a trilogy so far. It's really up there. I think the whole trilogy should be played. Dawn of Dreams, not too sure. Oh, okay, I got the ladder. I remember there's a pit somewhere. I don't remember where. But we'll find it. Oh my god. My screen, no, my game chunked. Dipped in quality when I did that. I like how they stand still for a little bit. I like the little effect. I'm assuming. Nice. Down we go. You know, these traps make Samanosuke look really dumb. I'm making him look really dumb. I think that's a big difference. He's a well-trained, time-traveling warrior. But unfortunately, I'm the one controlling him right now. Actually, that reminds me. Somebody brought up before that Samanosuke is pretty much Samurai Jack because of that. The whole time-traveling warrior aspect. Hey, yeah, now I see what they mean since I'm playing 3 finally. That's pretty cool, actually. Makes me wonder if he'll make more appearances, but because at that point you can just make like pocket what's the word, encounters, right? Make him like a super boss or something. I don't think I need to go back here. No, I do actually. And there's a magic refill. Oh. I think we have a boss fight by the looks of it. Let me swap saves too. You just got to press the attack button when every hit connects. The 10-point, right? Just crawl. If only he was a Belmont, right? The crouch walk. Where is the golden skull? What do you do with the clash in Warlords? Do you mean like the clash parry, or when like you and an enemy are like stuck in a tug of war battle, like clashing your swords?
You kept me waiting,
For if it's like the Red Samurai, for example, like when you like sort of in like a stalemate, I just mash the face buttons and spin the D-pad. That's pretty much it.
If my work is successful,
But for clash parries, I only used them against the skeletons and the cleavers, like the little roly-poly guys. But that's it. I mainly just use deflect, and even then I don't really use it on like the elite enemies. Yeah, just mash the button. Mash the buttons.
will burn in hell.
Wait!
I brought this up in Genma, my Genma video. You notice how these guys block my, well, guard break every with every attack? That means I can't deflect. So I gotta clash parry. I like that. That's something Genma should have done more often. So yeah, I'm glad 3 has an enemy that denies deflect spam. Looks like an item there, but we will save. Okay, we're 3 hours in. I'm assuming this is where we have control over the time travel stuff. Here we are.
Where am I?
Samanosuke, listen. That's the ship that Jacques boarded.
Jock.
What is going on?
I'm not sure. I'll go check on Jacques.
What is it?
I can't hop across time. I'm not sure what's happening. But I'd say there's something wrong with the flow of time in here.
Flow of time. Maybe
Metal
it's
Gear.
to do with time faults.
The pro tag always has to ask a lot of questions. Maybe they are a little more dumb than we realize. Okay. So this is our new Akko can freely move between Jock in the past and Samanosuke in the future. Oh, this is gonna be very confusing for me. Give items to Akko with the active player so they may hand them. Whoa. Whoa, okay. Warp. And then I can, okay, transfer. Interesting. Okay, so, okay. The other one's like Raka stuff. Okay. Yellow disc. Can I put it back? Because I took away a staircase and that's not... Okay, let me go back and explore there. Just in case if I'm missing something. A deep pool of water. Okay. You know what this reminds me of? Like visually and like what it does and like the gameplay. It reminds me of a lot of Pandora's Tower. Again, another game with like time shifting. I think even time travel, maybe? I don't know. I think just realm shifting. And like the whip combat, stuff like that. Oh. Okay. War. That's a cool effect. Okay. Yeah, because knowing me, it could lead to some problems very quick.
What a strange place.
Like that's what made me stop playing Prince of Persia 2.
Is it the Genma hideout?
I'm not sure, but the future Samanosuke is in the same place. This same ship is docked next to where he is. However, it's in tatters.
Then perhaps the past and the future are linking together.
Is Jean Reno voicing himself in this game?
Yes. Very bad. The future will be turned up.
I think I remember hearing something where when he spoke in French in the beginning, that was him. But I think the English voice actor is not him, right? Oh. Oh god, and now I need to land this deflect. Like now. Okay. Oh my, I got so lucky there. He has way more souls than Samanosuke. Well. Okay. I did not want to die there. I could have deflect. That's not good. Let me go back and spam this if they spawned in again. Dude, that's so cool. That's so cool. You can do that. Okay, do I need to pick up the item? No, I already have it. Okay. And then I put it back here. Okay, now we can get the stairs and stop the water, maybe? We lost a lot of health, but with the free magic refill, we should be fine. He only speaks. He spoke in French. Okay. English and Japanese is someone else. This music is good. It's really good. I think 1 is my favorite. 3 and then 2. I can't remember a single song from 2, if I gotta be honest. But I think 1 has some good ones. I don't know them by name, but always like when they show up. Okay. With no left horn. Okay. So we gotta find a horn. for a little bit in Samanosuke's route, and you can farm a lot of souls with her. Oh, okay. She uses like the submachine gun, I think. This sort of cube-like area. There's a place like this in Curse of Darkness. And I think even Nano Breaker. It really gives it that futuristic look to it. Boss time.
You'd make a good detective.
You.
Guildenstern built a time folder.
Guildenstern. Now they say his name in this game. So I thought in the first one it was unknown, but
A time machine.
now they're really saying his name.
Tell me where it is.
Find it yourself. Just watch out for the guard dog.
Boss? I'm attempting a deflect here. Oh god. Uh-oh. Sure. She has a submachine gun, and Aqua has a vest that makes him drop rolls. Oh, okay, okay. Now, if it's are the red soul drops dependent on? Okay, okay, you said on every hit. That's pretty insane, actually. That sounds pretty good. Oh, I didn't swap my weapon. I think you gotta confirm. Yeah, in Onimusha 2, you just click it once and you equip it. It doesn't have to. It doesn't give you that secondary confirm prompt. It's just you get it automatically, which I like. So it makes the menuing more quicker in that game. Oh. Okay. I'm sure there's a way up here, but a red slab is missing. I'm probably guessing it's the one above, so. Okay, I'm kind of wondering. Okay, because last time they hit an anchor point by breaking something. So I wonder if that was the same case in this room, but. Let me go save. Unless I gotta get a book from Samanosuke's side and come back by giving him the book. Like Jock the book. Let's see. Without the golden plate, though, I can't raise the staircase. Okay, I'm just gonna assume I'm missing something here. And I don't have items. Okay. I can't get any closer, okay. Pretty sick looking cannon head. Okay. It was in my inventory the whole time. My bad. Hold on. Oh god. Okay. So we're gonna get to 22. I'm gonna keep swapping these around until something works. That's 20. I'm barely off. Let's see. Whoopsie. Oh. I guess we guessed right finally. Well, we need a new weapon. Okay, we got a new anchor point, it looks like. Oh yeah, we are not doing those anytime soon. And if I have to go by the trend, the Dark Realms only get longer and longer with each game. Okay. So we should be fine. Like done with him anyways. I'll probably stream for 20 more minutes. It's 7:30 p.m. for me. So we'll try to figure out this final bit right here and call it there. I'm so used to the automatic switch from Onimusha 2. Okay, I think that's it. Now I gotta, okay. Okay, so now that fixes the problem for Samanosuke. Okay, so it's not as complicated as I thought it would have been. This whole like time travel, going back and forth stuff. So far, anyways. But we'll see how crazy it gets soon. Like, I don't know how long we stay in this sort of area, but okay, I guess we're done. Okay. If we get a new... We'll see. Let's see how much we can do right now. Okay. So maybe Samanosuke can interact with the left side? I guess not. Oh, so the stairs stay down, okay. Okay. So we'll see how far we can get with him right now. And we'll just call it pretty soon here. I'm getting hungry. It's like 15 minutes. We should call it here pretty soon. Alright, so that's fine. This shouldn't be working. Okay. Okay, this we can interact with. Professional hater.
You've come far, my friend.
Guildenstern.
Think of this fun surprise as a reward.
Reward. Oh god. That was actually pretty creepy.
Only not weak like he used to be. Show this maggot your newfound strength.
You look terrible, Run.
Silence! I have power beyond anything you...
Let's see if blocking will be the way to go. Okay. So I'm guessing he absorbs souls. Okay, I thought he needs them to throw the projectiles, but I guess not. Okay, we're gonna have the auto pop. Okay, this is a good way to test if it auto heals too. It doesn't. It gives you a little bit of health back. But yeah, it's not as good as Genma. No. I haven't saved in a while. We'll risk it. I think I saved before warping as Jock. But yeah, losing Talisman is not great. Okay, I'm playing as Jock in the save. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good. Let's gotta make it to that room again. Yeah, because I want to keep all these resources until the end of the game. Because you just never know. There we go. Right side. Okay, yeah, I'll go right side, get the blue plates, I think. That I couldn't get before. And then the boss fight. I should be able to skip the cutscenes now, though. Okay. So once we beat this boss, we'll call it here. Okay, we're good. Oh my god. His soul absorption is super slow. Like at a base level.
What's wrong?
I'm trying to deflect. I'm delaying my attacks a little bit. Like to maybe catch his landing lag after he dodges. I'm trying to delay. Oh, nice. So I just treat him like a ninja from Ninja Gaiden 1. Delay your attacks. Yeah, once you gain control, I'm gonna save and then we'll call it here. I'm thinking if so I think we did pretty good progress for the first stream. So I can honestly probably stream the rest of the playthrough on stream rather than off stream. So I'll do that. Plus the weekend's coming up too, so. And I'm only going to play this game once too, so I think the more I show of it, the better, because I won't be playing it as much compared to like the first or second game. Like both on and off stream, so might as well fully show it off. Okay, I'm going to try to show off the intro cutscene, and then we'll end it off there. But when I was lingering in like the main menu, it would never pop up. So we'll give it a few seconds. We'll give it a minute. If it doesn't show up in a minute, then we'll just call it there. I don't think it shows up in a new game, because I started a fresh file at the start of the stream, and it wasn't there either. So it might be only on a fresh boot of the game. That kind of sucks if that's the case. Oh, never mind. Here we go. Perfect. Nice. We'll end it off on a high note. This is like a 3-4 minute cutscene, so yeah, we're gonna be here for a while, just chilling. Oh. It should end perfectly around like pretty much 3.5 hour stream. I started way later than usual too, like 2 hours later, so we couldn't play as much today, but I think we made some good progress though. I'm going to look how far we got in comparison. So I'm going to look up like all bosses. I kind of get a range from there. Ninja action. Dude, what a cool, like, what's the word? Like piece of armor? Like the Oni gauntlet? That's so cool. Damn. Oh god. Oh, poor guy, man. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Lex. Cause look at this. This costume is sick. You would think that would be the first thing like the devs would think about. Like, okay, the player sees this first thing when they start the game. This ninja outfit. So let's like let them use it in game.
Leave him be.
Oh.
I'll take care of him. Galiganto. We meet again, Samanosuke.
Samanosuke.
You shall not meet Nobunaga.
Yeah, I wonder how much work they took to like choreograph these fights, man. So I know like the amount of work they did for like the DMC fight scenes. So I can imagine they did the same sort of effort around the same time with Oni 3. I gotta imagine. But somebody modded it in. That's pretty sick. I spent 10 years not knowing who this is. Wait, you mean Samanosuke or the guy he's fighting? Because if it's the guy he's fighting, then yeah, I have no clue either. Blade Warriors. Is that the... I don't know which one it is, actually. It's definitely the spin-off game, right? Golden Stern. Yeah, we're pretty early on in the game still. Oh, we didn't even fight this boss either. Oh, yeah, we're super early. Unless there's like... Hold on. Okay, okay. The video I'm looking at, the all bosses, all the ending is nothing but cutscenes. So yeah, we're like a third through the game. Dude, that's so sick, man. I think Samanosuke has the cooler true Onimusha form. But Jubei does have a gun, though. That's the thing. He has a gun. If the guy you fight here appears in Blade Wars. Oh, okay, okay. It's kind of like a Kingdom Hearts thing, right? The side games actually have some... Like Birth by Sleep wouldn't be a spin-off because you fight who you fight in that game, right? And then seeing them again in 3. Dude. The team up we've always wanted. Now, if that doesn't sell your game back in the day, what will, right? 2004? Dude. Take me back. Take me back. Every time I look at the Oni form in 1, 3, and Dawn of Dreams. Oh, 1, 3, and Dawn of Dreams. That's where I think. Yeah, most definitely. There's no way there wasn't some sort of like inspiration there. Like all the blue sort of thing, the white long hair, is pretty near identical. Like Nero specifically. The 2D game actually. Okay, that's the Smash Bros. Beat 'em up. At first glance, anyways. Type of game. I will play that game though. After I'm done with this video, which will be a while, I will play that 2D game out of curiosity. So we will take a look at that. I won't guarantee a video. I'm not sure what's there or not, but we will check it out. Actually, no, I don't think I'll make a video. I think 3 Onimusha videos back to back is good enough, but if there is something there, then maybe next time, but I will definitely stream it. Once we're done with 3. Dude. Yeah. GG's everyone. Really appreciate hanging out. Pretty fun so far. It's a pretty fun game. I think if you like 2, you'll like 3 just as much. It's pretty good. Yeah, appreciate it, and until next time.